Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristina Babbage, and I'm here to bring you some Bad Girls Club tea with production, with filming, with basically everything. I have been holding myself back for quite some time now from doing this video because I was in contract, and just like everybody else, I wasn't sure exactly when I can spill the tea, but I'm here now. And I'm here to give you everything you want to know about casting and filming and being with the girls in the house. Basically the whole experience of filming Bad Girls Club. I mean, it changed my life. Just like it changed my sister's life. Look at what she's doing now. She's killing it. She's been killing it on like multiple shows. So other than that, yeah, let's get to it. So this is gonna be the first part of my Bad Girls Club tea video because there's just so much I want to say. Between just casting and filming to the girls in the house, if I did the whole video in one shot, it would be at least like an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So I'm gonna split it up for you guys, and I'm gonna do this first video about casting for Bad Girls Club because, I mean, hey, a lot of us talk about being in the Bad Girls Club house, but we kind of just skip the casting part. And I noticed when I go out to the club, especially when Bad Girls Club was airing on TV, people would ask me,
how did you get onto Bad Girls Club? What did you do to get on Bad Girls Club? What were the steps to get on?
You know why? Because a lot of you want to be on TV.
Oh, it's just you, SpongeBob.
And now I gotta lay something on you, Krabs, baby.
The only thing you better lay is some patties on the grill, Fry Boy.
I can't take that gig, Crabber. That phase of my career is over. I'm an entertainer now.
Just admit it, a lot of you guys want to be on reality TV, but it's not exactly what you think it's going to be. Okay, you think reality TV is going to be this whole party and, you know, meeting people and whatever, but it's really not that at all. It's similar to like being in jail, basically. So I hope this casting video, part 1 of my Bad Girls Club experience, really helps you guys out with understanding the whole process of getting on TV and all the stress that comes behind it, because doing a TV show is basically like a hurry up and wait process, and I hate that. I hate it. I'm not a morning person at all, but waiting for phone calls and having to get a lot of material all together within a short amount of time, it was just so much pressure and I hated it. But I'm here to give you guys all the steps on how I did it from day 1. So let's take it way back to 2015. I was going through a breakup and I really just wanted something new and exciting in my life. I actually wanted to do The Real World because I was watching The Real World at the time and I knew somebody on The Real World and I was like, wow, what an exciting life. Like, to be like just filming and meeting other people, that's exactly what I needed. So I went on MTV.com, and this was like 2 a.m. like random as hell. Like, I'm in my feelings at night. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always in my feelings at night. So this was like 2 a.m. and I went online and I saw the casting call for The Real World. So I filled out the application, and then I got an email 2 weeks later saying that they're not casting for The Real World. They were just casting for Bad Girls Club, and I'm like, oh. But on the flyer, it kind of reminded me of like an event flyer that you see for like parties. It was like, do you have a sister? And I'm like, wait a second.
just a damn second.
I do have a sister. And I remember waking up my dad and I was like,
This is it, Daddy. We're gonna be on TV.
and I was just like so anxious, like I couldn't sleep. And he was just like listening to me. He was like,
Okay, whatever.
like any father would do. And I just couldn't sleep that night. Like I knew that that was it. So that night, after I saw the email, I texted my sister. I was like,
Angela, we have to do this. Like, I need a sister, and duh, like, you fit the part. You are my sister. Like, let's do this together.
and she was very like scared to do it. She was just like,
I don't know about that. My privacy is gonna be all out there. Like, everything's gonna be in public. Like, I'm really, really scared to do it.
and I just kept pushing her like,
Angela, this is gonna change our life.
I felt it in my heart that doing this show was going to for sure change our life. So not only there was an application online for me, but there was one for her as well. So she filled it out. We put in our Instagram handles and added pictures and whatever. And I believe like right after we sent our applications, we got an appointment to basically like get interviewed in person. But the closest appointment was in Philly. And we're from North Jersey. So driving to Philly, like what, an hour and a half, it was like dreading to us. We're like, oh. It was like 4th of July weekend at the time. And we're like, okay, you know what? We're going to stop there. And then on the way, we're going to go down the shore. So that's what we did. So like a week after we sent in our forms online, we went to Philly. And there was about like, I would say between maybe like 10 and like 16 other girls that they interviewed all together. It was like tables of girls. I remember the other girls trying so hard. Like we went to the auditions and we were the only ones wearing t-shirts. Everyone else was like all dressed up, looking like raggedy as and we didn't feel like we belonged at all. But it's because we basically stuck out like a sore thumb wearing t-shirts while everyone else was sitting at the table basically like trying to make fun of each other, just being so extra, but we were ourselves. So they were basically calling the girls like,
Tell me about yourself.
and this and on the third, because they were watching these girls from cameras or from like other people around or whatever. They were calling these girls on purpose before they called us. So they're like,
Oh, we'll call you. We'll call you if we're interested in you.
and it was all sisters, obviously. And they were basically calling all the other girls except us to talk about themselves. And I looked at my sister, I was like,
This is it. This is it. We got it.
she's like,
No, I feel like we're not gonna get it.
like I knew right away it was a setup because they were picking all the other girls except us. So my sister was basically going against everything that I was saying. She thought that like we weren't like extra enough, like all the other girls sitting around the table. They were being so extra. But the thing is, because I mean, I've never studied psychology, but I could read people very well. And I know that people that work for production, they study this. They know when people are acting out on purpose just to get recognized or just for clout or whatever the case may be. Like, they were being so extra. So when we're at the table, we're sitting there and literally all me and my sister said was,
Hi, I'm Angela and Kristina Babbage.
and right away, literally right away, it was like, that's it. Like, they're the one. They're the one because our last name, which by the way, when I was little, I used to get bullied for my last name all the time because my dad's last name is Babbage. But of course, my dad says
It's Babbage.
in America, it's Babbage or Babbage, Babbage, whatever. Our last name is Babbage. So that's what got us on TV. is just us being ourselves, going into the interview with t-shirts on. I had a t-shirt on. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be myself. They're gonna like me for who I am, or that's it. If it's not for me, it's not for me. I'm not gonna act out, like make fun of other girls for what? No, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm sitting there with my sister and I'm looking like really like, don't with me type of face, but not saying anything. And production loved it. They loved it because they took us right away. We were the last ones sitting at the table. And they asked everyone else about their questions. Oh, tell me about this. Tell me about that. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, we'll call you. And I'm like, Angela, these people are walking out. Like, these pairs of sisters are walking out. Again, like one by one.
6.5 hours later.
I told my sister, I was like,
Yeah, we're gonna be the last ones left.
and just like I said, we were the last ones left. It was like productions, like casting that was giving us interviews. She looked at me, my sister, we were the last ones sitting there. She goes,
Alright, girls, you go upstairs and get your pictures taken.
and I look at my sister, I was like,
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
so we go upstairs and we get our pictures taken, and that was basically it. We filled out some more forms and then we left to go down the shore to Belmar to party. And within 24 hours we get a call like, we want you girls. And I'm like, and the whole time driving back from Philly to like down the shore, my sister was like,
I don't feel like we have it.
like, she was overthinking everything. And I told her, I was like,
Angela, we got it. Trust me.
my intuition, and I don't know if you guys have it, because like I definitely have it. When I feel like something good is gonna happen, I feel it before it happens. It's so weird. So I was like,
Angela, we got it already.
I remember posting up like, oh, me and my sister are going to audition for Bad Girls Club. And everyone from my Facebook was like,
Oh, well, I know someone that got the call too. And I got the email. I got this. I got that.
and I'm like, these girls have no idea. Like, it's like I knew in my heart that we're gonna get it. I knew it. And like everyone swore like they had the same email where they like, first of all, like when you fill out the applications, you have to put your Instagram, this and on the third. Like they look at everything. And it really made me so mad, the fact that other girls were like acting like they were gonna get it. So right after we got the call that they want us to do more interviews, we were like in and out of Philly just to do interviews. It was like a waiting game. This was the final stage of interviewing. And the thing with production is like, if they have to call you for something, you better answer the phone. Because if you don't, it shows them that like, okay, maybe you're not interested or maybe you don't care. So answering the phone is number one. Number two, which I personally had a problem with, was I had friends that were like basically references about like who I am as a person and everything that they know about me. I actually had a certain best friend of mine I've known for years, like since I was little, since I was like probably 6 or 7 years old, and he was not answering the phone. He just did not give a. He was getting a tattoo and they called him. He was like,
Don't call me.
like,
I don't give a.
and I'm like, you're supposed to be my best friend. So that turned me off so much, and I actually lost a friend because of that, because he didn't even answer the phone. So they will call your friends. So you better hope that your friends don't have anything bad to say about you. I mean, production will ask your friends what pisses you off. And one of my best friends, shout out to Kim, one of my best friends actually told them that I get so mad when people touch my money. So they used that while we were filming, and they told somebody to touch my money, aka rip my money. I don't care how much money it is. I've seen homeless people on the street left and right. So if you don't know the value of a dollar, like, bro, do not mess with my money. Do not. Because
Fetch me their souls!
Why you rip up my money? Why you take my money, bro? Why you take my money? Take my money!
Do not mess with my money.
when you're in the process of doing interviews for TV, make sure you pick the right people or the right friends to talk to production, because I definitely picked one person who was for sure wrong for the part because he didn't answer, or when he answered when he was getting a tattoo, he would just curse him out. So I'm actually really happy that they still picked me, because he was just being a complete and that definitely broke up our friendship. So then me and my sister got our flight info to go to Hollywood. This is when it was like starting to sink in. I'm like, oh my God, like they really do want us. And my sister still was like,
They don't want us.
this and that and the third. Me and my sister had to get like an audition tape ready before we even leave, telling them like who we are and like basically showing our personality, what we're like, because me and my sister are so different from each other. Like she's like more girly and I'm more like the tomboy. So we had to basically show production like, yeah, we're sisters, but we clash at the same time. So here we are heading to California, and I was like, I cannot believe we're doing this right now. And everything was so quick. We're in a hotel, we do our interviews, and then that day we go home. Everything was so quick and I hated it. I really, really hated it because I wanted to sightsee. I wanted to see Cali, go to Hollywood. I wanted to experience California, and I did not get to do that. So we did our green screen interviews in the studios, and I remember hearing other girls' voices in the other room. And then I was like, maybe there's a lot more other girls that are gonna get it. But then I kept reminding myself, no, we got this shit. We got it. We got it. We got it. Like, I just, like, I felt it in my soul, like we have it. And then we came back, and then it was like a waiting game. I remember working at Muscle Maker Grill. Shout out to Tom. I remember working at Muscle Maker Grill, and it was during lunch. Like, I know you guys know, like, if you work at restaurants, like, during lunch is like the worst hour to, like, take phone calls. And my sister called during lunch. She's like,
We got it. We're going to Hollywood.
I was like, and I couldn't even, like, scream or be, like, show my emotion that I'm really happy, because like I was working. Like I remember my boss looking at me, he was like,
Oh, that took her attention away from working.
whatever. But like in my heart, like I was so excited. Like I was actually really pissed because I was like, I couldn't like be happy about it. Like I had to keep working. So yeah, that was kind of like a damper on my excitement. But yeah, I still pulled through the day. And then after my shift, I called my sister and I was like screaming. I was so happy. I was like,
Yes, we got it. Bad Girls Club, we're going to Hollywood. Oh my God, I'm going to Cali.
like, it was just so surreal. Like, it was crazy. So after that, we had 2 weeks to get ready to film Bad Girls Club. This is when it was like sinking in. I was like, oh my God, we had the whole list of what to bring, what not to bring. We couldn't bring anything but logos. We basically had to come ready already, like ready to film. And yeah, it was just like such a rush. Like, it's really happening. Like, I can't even like work out anymore and like go to the gym because we were already going into the house within 2 weeks. So I was basically working at my old job, and at the same time I did Undercover Boss, because I got the gig at the same time as Bad Girls Club. And they actually, Undercover Boss wanted me to go to Texas and do like the finals, like when I have the interview with like the big boss and whatever. And I couldn't do it because I knew I was leaving for a Bad Girls Club. So I remember it was Saturday. I did Undercover Boss at Muscle Baker Grill. And at the end of the shift, I remember walking outside, winning my $10,000, and I couldn't even like believe it. And I was like, I'm going on Bad Girls Club like in 2 days. Like I'm flying out to Bad Girls Club, and I just won $10,000 on Undercover Boss. Like everything happened at once. I was on Undercover Boss and Bad Girls Club was like the same time. So I had both productions like talk to each other and make sure like I could be on both shows because there's like a contract thing or whatever. Like it's just so much to it. Like when you got on TV, like you need a lawyer to look through the contract. So me and my sister get to Hollywood for like the 3rd time in a month. But this time we're actually really going in to film Bad Girls Club. So we had all of our hair products, makeup products, whatever. We're in the hotel room and production comes in and tapes up everything. You can't have any logo showing. They tape up everything. So we're standing there like, oh my God, like we're filming tomorrow. Like it was like Monday in California and we were filming, I believe it was like the day after. So it was just so surreal. I was just like, oh my God, here we go. Production was like, you need to have outfits picked out already. So they picked out outfits that was close to looking like each other. It was like outfits that we got from BB. And they're like, that's it. That's the one. And I looked at my sister. I was like,
We're gonna be the first ones in the house.
which we were, but yeah. And everything was like rush, 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 rush. They got us ready and set. They taped up all of our stuff in the hotel room. Next thing you know, we are in the limo slash sprinter slash whatever you want to call it on the way to the Bad Girls Club house. Yeah, that was it. Me and my sister, we basically had a pact like we would stick together no matter what. We did not know what we were in for. We thought this was all like real life shit, but most of it was manipulated and instigated by production. And I feel like most girls were acting for the camera. So this ends the first video of my Bad Girls Club experience. This was just about casting. And on the way to the Bad Girls Club house is where I'm gonna end at because I can't give you guys a tea about going inside. Basically, we were in the limo and we were just like, we got this, we got this. There's cameras all around and that's basically it. So I hope you guys got a lot of information from this video and how it really works behind the scenes. So catch me on my next video. It's gonna be about Bad Girls Club inside the house. I'm gonna spill all the tea about every single person inside of the house. I've been waiting to tell you guys. I've been keeping my mouth shut for way too long and I'm just ready to spill it all. I really don't care at this point. So thank you for tuning in of part 1 of my Bad Girls Club experience. So you guys will most definitely see more of me and I have so much more tea to spill. So click the subscribe button, give this video a like, and actually, you know what? In the comments, let me know what you want me to focus more on the Bad Girls Club experience video. Whether it's with certain people in the house, how I felt, how I dealt with certain situations. I will tell you guys what it is. I don't give up. All right. Bye. Thank you for watching.